season starts here. JJB for top brand junior football boots. Pick up the Nike Tiempo 650 SG Junior, $16.99. And what about the kicking Diodora Winner Junior, $14.99. Be a top scorer with the Nike Ultracell R9 SI Junior, $19.99. Or make a run for the Adidas Quattro Cup Junior, $19.99. All these great boots, all available now at JJB, the UK's #1.
Tony...
You know, Paul, drinking pure, clean, refreshing Halston pills is not very much like making love to a beautiful woman. You don't need to treat it to dinner at a fancy restaurant, then take it to the smartest hotel in town and book it in as Mrs. Smith. You don't need to buy silence with fine wines and Belgian chocolates. No, you simply take it out of the fridge.
Tony, your wife's here.
And drink it. Darling.
The tension is growing stronger. Nerves are beginning to surface. Shivers are creeping down the spine. The countdown has begun. Only on Sky Sports will you see England's final steps before the World Cup. Tuesday night at 7. They take on the best of the rest. England versus the Premiership All-Stars on Ford Rugby Union, live Sky Sports 3. If this doesn't move you, nothing will.
Reebok Stadium looks very quiet at the moment, but come 4 o'clock this afternoon, it'll be pretty full for Bolton against Birmingham. That's part 2 in our nationwide First Division double bill. Right now, they're all ready to rumble at Vale Park. It's Port Vale against Grimsby Town. Our match commentators are Ian Crocker and Chris Kamara.
Well, Port Vale are currently 20th in the table, but could shoot up at least 7 places with a win today. Grimsby are 17th, but could blast their way into the top 10 with a victory here. Such is life early season. You can be relegation contenders 1 minute, promotion possibles the next, until it all settles down. It'll be the Mariners of Grimsby Town to get us started in the beautiful Sunday sunshine in the Potteries. And as has been already mentioned a few times today, there's never been a goalless draw in 76 league meetings between these two teams. I'm sure we've all tempted a bit of fate by saying that, but they are two teams who like to attack. Paul Groves immediately sending it out for Smith, and an early chance for Grimsby, except that the cross will be dealt with. Well, they have got the corner kick off Alan Tankard, but they didn't hang about then, Chris.
They certainly didn't. What a ball that was from Groves, straight from the kick-off, straight to the feet of David Smith. Just took it away from Matt Carragher's feet, got the ball into the box, and we've got the first corner.
No messing around from Grimsby at the start, that's for sure, as Donovan sends the corner in. Butterfield returns it to Donovan, who can try again. Caldecott. And Tankard should watch that one go behind.
Well, as we can see already, Ian, those wide open spaces are going to suit Grimsby today. They'll get that ball and they'll pass it around on this pitch. It's a nice big pitch at Port Vale, and teams do like to come here and play.
Alan Buckley in his second spell as Grimsby manager. He's enjoyed great success with the club. It's aimed towards Marcus Bent. There might have been a little nudge, but the referee let it go as Minton releases Rougier. Bent is in the box. And so too is Richard Eyre. But they'll have a man down.
And Tony Naylor's down, just took a little nudge there from the centre half, and he's just feeling the pain a little bit, but he'll be okay, I think.
Naylor currently on 98 league goals, hoping to close in on a century today.
Here he is, Tony Naylor, just in possession of the ball there. He just tries to get rid of it quickly there, just a little bit late. Richard Smith comes into the back of his leg.
That one hurt. Alan Buckley was in charge of West Bromwich Albion in between his 2 spells with Grimsby. And you will notice a strong Albion connection in his team. He brought a good few players from Hawthorns North to Cleethorpes, Tony Naylor's back on his feet, which is good news for Port Vale. Might have been on the move in the summer, was available, but nobody really came in with a firm offer.
Surprised he stayed at the club for so long. He's been such a good servant to the game, but he scores spectacular goals, and Vale have done well to hold on to him for all these years.
Tankard's header. I'm sure the incredible heat will take its toll eventually, but definitely not in these early stages, of course, as Rougier tries to plough a furrow. The offside flag has gone up against Ashcroft.
Showing his power already, Rougier. Strength and muscle. Got past Butterfield with great strength there.
Port Vale have only won one of their last 9 encounters with Grimsby, so recent history favours the Mariners. Rose unusually lost out then. Bent. Here's Dave Brammer. He's got his cross in towards Minton, who steered his header wide as the keeper came out and clattered into him.
Well, delightful ball in the box there by Dave Brammer. Just watch this, but the goalkeeper's missing it completely. If he can get that on target, Minton, that's a certain goal.
Well, he's already got 3 goals this season. All of them came from the spot. A player who began his career with Tottenham. Both these teams really could do with a few more points on the board, even at this early stage of the season. Port Vale with 4, Grimsby with 5.
It's quite encouraging at the moment, isn't it? It's quite a big pitch. Look at the depth of the Grimsby defence and the depth of the Port Vale defence. That means they can pass the ball around in the middle of the park.
Here's the teenager Danny Butterfield, given a rare outing today because of Grimsby's injury problems. Little back flick from Ashcroft, trying to find Donovan. It's a Grimsby throw. Kingsley Black about to receive now from Butterfield. Butterfield, not quite sure where he's going at the moment. Now he is, though. And Ashcroft picks out Kingsley Black, but Minton gets in his way and Butler clears.
To be disappointed with that, Alan Buckley. Butterfield held on to the ball too long. The passing and moving was great to start with, and he just dillied and dallied and waited to get his passing too late.
Grimsby finished 11th last season on their return to the First Division, which is pretty decent going, really. In fact, they flirted with the playoffs for a while, but the goals dried up towards the end of the campaign. Carragher's header. Tony Gallimore lets it run. Steve Livingston, striker normally, but he's played in defence a lot as the flag goes up against Grimsby. And Lee Ashcroft. Ashcroft actually Grimsby's club record signing for £500,000 from Preston. He is one of the ex-West Brom men in the team, though. In fact, the entire midfield is ex-West Brom today. Marcus Bent's chasing. Livingston taking no chances. He's a kind of been there, seen it, done it player, isn't he, Steve Livingston?
He has. He's been to Chelsea, he's been to Coventry City as a striker. Now he finds himself at centre half at Grimsby.
Marcus Bent. He's going to deliver. Naylor was at the near post. Tony Butler. I think that's overhit just a tad.
Yes, as I said earlier, Marcus Bent likes to go the other way, so Tony Butler there trying to force the pass onto him.
Port Vale have enjoyed 6 successive seasons in the First Division. They've had 1 or 2 scrapes of relegation, although a few years back, I remember they just missed out on the playoffs. They'll certainly be happy that they're in a higher division than their Potteries rivals Stoke City. They'll be aiming to keep it that way. Tony Gallimore for Grimsby. Paul Groves. Smith, Richard Smith, that is. It's also Dave Smith, of course, in the Grimsby team. Little flick from Ashcroft. Kingsley Black. And right on cue, he finds Dave Smith, who aims to give Carragher a torrid time. Support from Gallimore. Black. Don't think Gallimore meant to do that. Fooled himself, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, he made a bit of a mess of it there, Tony Gallimore, but it's interesting. They're just passing it around too much on the left-hand side there. They need to try and get the ball into the box.
Brian Horton came to Port Vale from Brighton last season, although of course he started his professional career here as a player. Helped on by Rougier. Here's Kevin Donovan. Butterfield. Kingsley Black. Finding more space. Out there with Gallimore. It's cut out by Dave Brammer, who was perhaps Port Vale's best player at Queen's Park Rangers in the Reap. Really hard working. From a Wrexham man. Butler. Naylor looking to latch onto it. Livingston is there. And he's conceded the corner.
They do concede the corner there, but Tony Naylor just lent on Big Liv over.
So Port Vale's first corner. What a surprise that 6'5" Anthony Garner should be in there. Dave Brammer sends it in, and Butler appeared to make contact. Grimsby survived that scare. Hard eventually worked out where the ball had dropped. Carragher, oh dear, it's scuffed horribly out of play by Paul Musselwhite, the long-serving keeper for Vale.
Well, Matt Carragher passes this ball back to his goalkeeper. There's under no pressure to knock it forward himself. He gives it to Musselwhite, no left foot whatsoever, and really just spoons off his feet.
Ashcroft has set it up here for Kevin Donovan. He's got his cross in, but there's nobody on the far post, and it will be duly dispatched into touch by Richard Eyre. Reserve team regular here in recent seasons, now getting a shout in the first team. So Dave Smith getting it back from Groves. Black. Dave Smith. Here's Gallimore. Just blocked by Matt Carragher. Just as well for Port Vale, perhaps. And Eyre will lead the charge now. Some charge it is too. Marcus Bent wants it played in the middle, and there weren't too many Grimsby players around him, but it never reached him. Brammer conceding the free kick.
Richard Eyre's got options here. Look at Marcus Bent. He finds a little bit of space for himself. Richard's not sure where to go. Should he give it to Bent? Look at Bent in space. He decides just to hammer it into the box, and it's easily cleared by Gallimore.
Both teams with only one league win so far this season. Here's Ashcroft getting a faint sniff of goal, but it was only a faint sniff.
Well, it's very difficult for Grimsby at the moment with Lee Ashcroft just up on his own. They can keep possession very well, but they've not really got any thrust.
A point that I'm sure Alan Buckley has noted. Bent takes over the cause from Rougier, who will settle for the throw off Richard Smith. Trinidad and Tobago international, Tony Rougier. Oh, a lovely turn from Marcus Bent. Here's Tankard. Found his route to goal considerably blocked by Richard Smith. Gardner, just 18 years of age, 19 in a fortnight. Carragher. Air. A free kick for a foul by Steve Livingston. Ben certainly felt the force of that. Dave Brammer to take it. Port Vale looking for a breakthrough here. As we approach the quarter of an hour mark, and the reason for the delay is that I think Ben is going to need a little bit of treatment. Well, he's had to come off. The free kick's been swung in meantime by Brammer. Ben's back on. It's that rather bizarre rule where he has to run all the way across the field, go off and then come back on again. Here's Tankard. Tankard on his right foot with a rather decent delivery. Richard Eyre out-jumped by Tony Gallimore. Minton put himself about Kingsley Blackbow. Here's Brammer. Marcus Bent let it run. I think he thought Rougier was further advanced than he was. And Buckley speaks very highly of Danny Butterfield. Called into the side today because John McDermott is amongst the injured. Tankard's throw. Brammer. Here's Carragher. Rougier. The 1-2 didn't quite work, and Gallimore sends it away. Naylor came to meet it. Butler. Snapped away by Donovan. Gardner under pressure from Ashcroft, but dealing with such pressure admirably. Here's Kingsley Blackbow. Now Dave Smith. They love to play the passing game, Grimsby. Alan Buckley will have it no other way. Caldecott. Gallimore.
Don't have much of an option in at the moment because of the fact they've got no big striker up the front, so they've got to play their way through and hope that the movement from midfield can actually get someone to join up alongside Lee Ashcroft.
Dave Smith. Usually a great cross with the ball, but this is broken favourably for Port Vale with Tony Rougier. Naylor and Bent ahead of him. Rougier decided to go for goal himself. Touch ambitious. He's blocked by Butterfield. Gallimore. Butterfield was Grimsby's Young Player of the Year last season. Livingston finding Dave Smith in a bit of space. Richard Eyre, though, whipped it off his toes. Offside flag will frustrate Grimsby. Ashcroft again had strayed.
Working very hardly, Ashcroft. Look at him, he's trying to find some space for himself. He just got himself half a yard the wrong side. He's trying to make runs out of nothing, but unfortunately strayed too far there.
Port Vale are actually faring better this season than at this stage of last season when they were bottom of the table with just a single point. 4 points so far this campaign. Firm header from Steve Livingston, but Ashcroft busy getting back onside. I can't even believe he tried to make an attempt to go for the ball. Suppose it was worth a try.
It was indeed. The tempo of the game's just dropped, Ian. Really has dropped. Maybe something to do with the heat that's out there on that pitch at the moment, but it's certainly not zipping about like we had in the first couple of minutes of the game.
Butler. Away by Livingston. Ashcroft, fouled by Gardner. Anthony Gardner wrapped his body around Lee Ashcroft. And you know about it when his body is nearby, 6'5" frame. That one's going to drop through to Paul Musselwhite in the Port Vale goal. And no sign of a goal so far in the Potteries.
Well, he showed his cleverness there, Andrew Gardner. Everybody thinks he's got a future in the game at the top level. He's only 18. This is a good education for him.
Ben finding Minton. It's a clever little player. Lovely ball over the top. Naylor is onside. Acute angle. Back for Marcus Bent. And Port Vale have the lead. It's a goal for Bent. Created by Naylor.
Fabulous stuff. What a lovely little ball this is by Jeff Minton. Just watch. 1, 2, 3. Tony Naylor knows where he is, knows there's defenders alongside him, has an opportunity to hold on to it, and then just the timing of the ball straight into Marcus Bent's path. Here it is again, running off the line. Now, Naylor, does he shoot across the goal? He waits and he waits. There's the run from Bent. Just gets a toe to it, and it's in the opposite corner. How many times have you seen players in that position strike at the goal? Not Tony Naylor. Gives his strike partner a goal.
Well, that's certainly livened up proceedings. Port Vale a goal up. Marcus Bent is actually on the transfer list, former Crystal Palace and Brentford youngster. And Bent's other claim to fame, in fact, was being voted one of the best-looking footballers in the country by a couple of women's magazines recently. Were you in there, Chris?
I was on the back page.
Tankard's throw. And Marcus Bent, he just had his legs taken away by Livingston then, or maybe his shirt tugged. It's a free kick. Port Vale gaining the upper hand, and they have another chance here. It's a fair distance, but perhaps worth a go. cross looks more likely at the moment. In fact, Dave Brammer does go for goal. Does he just? And it's really stung the fingertips of Danny Coyne.
Well, Danny Coyne might have missed a couple of crosses into the box, but he wasn't going to miss that. Great strike from Brammer, going in the top left-hand corner. Well across from Danny Coyne. There's the movement. Look, he got plenty of time to see it. He gets across and gets two good hands onto it.
Brammer's corner. Ooh, it eluded everyone somehow. Scooped up by Minton. Ashcroft ploughing a lone furrow up front for Grimsby. Allen for a pass to Tony Rougier. Couldn't quite match it with a cross, but it will be another corner. And Port Vale have really upped the tempo.
They certainly are. Brammer and Minton. That ball from Brammer this time. What a ball. Taken really well by Rougier. No big fella coming at the far post.
Brammer and Rougier. And it's going to be another corner.
And they're losing the markers very easily now, aren't they? Look at Rougier, just that quick run across. Gallimore just stretching to get his foot to that ball. Good touch in the end by Coyne.
And it comes again from Brammer. Donovan actually moved it back into his own box. Oh, it's been cleared off the line by Danny Butterfield as a rasping drive from Brammer came back in.
Brammer, this is a superb strike. Watch the ball as it lands at his feet. He's only got a few seconds to make his mind up to strike it straight away. He does that. And doesn't he do well there, Butterfield? Just gets a knee to it.
Plenty of power on that one, and Port Vale are seriously hunting a second goal here. And they're finding space aplenty. Here's Richard Eyre. He's going to have a pop, and that one's going to fly into the small section of Grimsby fans behind that goal.
It's a great little spell for Port Vale at the moment. He's always bending back, always going over the top of the crossbar, Richard Eyre, but why not have a pop? Your team's on song at the moment now. Keep having a shot at goal. Morton will be pleased with the way that they're playing at the moment. They've just picked up that tempo, as I was saying, Ian. It was low. Now he's got the crowd behind them. And the atmosphere, they have to keep going now and try and get another.
It's certainly Port Vale's game so far, as those statistics prove. So does the scoreline. Possession-wise, though, you can't get much more even than that.
We know Grimsby are going to have plenty of the ball today. There's no question about that. It's whether they get plenty of the ball in the box.
Paul Groves, Gallimore. Port Vale have actually only won 8 out of 37 league games over the past year or so. A record they will be desperately keen to improve on as they desire to keep their place in the First Division. One's going to bounce out before Donovan can do anything with it. Alan Tankard has been at Port Vale for 6 years now. He'll get the chance to take another throw in as Butterfield knocks it out. Kingsley Black went straight to Brammer. Tony Naylor won't get there though before it rolls out for a throw.
Just taking the sting, Grimsby, out of Port Vale at the moment. Port Vale had a great little 5 minutes there. It's all gone quiet again.
Grimsby were rather fortunate to get that throw because it looked like Danny Butterfield had thrown it out. He's got another chance and finds Caldecott. Anthony Gardner not too troubled by the presence of Lee Ashcroft. Musselwhite might be, though. I'm sure he knew what he was doing all along. Paul Musselwhite recently made the 500th appearance of his career against Chester in the Worthington Cup. Port Vale were knocked out, though, by Chester, as indeed they were in that competition last season, so they'll be dreading next season's draw. They'll get him again.
Today's golden goal time confirmed as 21 minutes. Golden goal time, 21 minutes. Goal scorer number 8, Marcus Penn. Thank you very much.
Tony Rougier. Caldecott won the header. Here's Butterfield. Kingsley Black. Donovan. Free kick to Grimsby, and maybe a chance for them to create something here, which they have failed miserably to do so far. Butterfield whipped it in. Groves have moved into the box, no surprise there. He usually does. Well, as Chris said, Grimsby have certainly weathered that mini storm from Port Vale, which followed the goal. Gallimore. Marcus Bent, the goal scorer, putting himself about.
You just wonder now if Alan Buckley is going to push Kingsley Black a little bit further forward now and say, look, instead of dropping into the midfield 4, try and play up alongside Lee Ashcroft and see if we can get some strikes on goal.
Here's Gallimore. Stacey Caldecott.
Port Vale are happy at the moment just for Grimsby to be knocking it around at the back.
Well, Grimsby have a throw in here, and they really need to come up with a few ideas. Dave Smith. Back heel from Ashcroft. Smith's cross went in the only part of the area where there was no Grimsby player waiting. And it's a chance here for Rougier to charge across the halfway line. Credit to Butterfield, who stuck doggedly to the task in hand. Stacey Caldecott. Donovan. Richard Smith. Gallimore. That was rather hopeful, and it was met by Tony Butler. Carragher. Naylor finding Bent, but it was taken off his toes by Stacey Caldecott. Groves. And Gardner getting the better of Ashcroft. And here's Jeff Minton, and he's going to have a run here at Grimsby. And some run it is too. It's through to Tony Naylor. Oh, it's diverted in. But you can be sure that Tony Naylor will take the credit for it. His 99th league goal in his career.
Yes, it does go off Steve Livingston, but it's definitely Tony Naylor's goal. Look at Minton again, cleverness in abundance, and that little fella, he knows how to make quality runs across the face, waiting for his time to get in. And there's the run, he's pointing with his hand, play it into that space for me. Once he's in there, that's it. It's going in the corner, and Steve Livingston helps it on his way. Minton, great little reverse pass. That little fella's running, jinking, moving into the box. As you can see from the angle, it's on its way in.
Port Vale 2, Grimsby 0, and the Mariners had it coming, really. Both the Vale strikers on target, although much praise to Jeff Minton for having a big say in both goals. For the man who stuck it away.
Tony Naylor. I do love this fella, Ian. He's been a smashing servant to the game, but he always scores spectacular goals, cracking little goals, and as you see there, he doesn't just hammer the ball, he places them, and that gave Steve Livingston no chance.
And one thing's for sure, Brian Horton will know that Naylor will probably get a few chances to complete a century of league goals in what remains of this game. Caldecott, Butterfield, Donovan, a reminder that later on we'll be at the Reebok Stadium for Bolton against Birmingham, and that's also on Sky Sports Extra for Sky digital viewers only. Interactive coverage, your chance to call the shots. It also follows this game on Sky Sports 2. This game very much in Port Vale's favour at the moment, and I wonder what Alan Buckley might be thinking now, Chris.
Well, he's got to be thinking, do I push Kingsley Black right up there alongside Lee Ashcroft? Do I bring on a substitute, or is it Damon's imitation? Try and change things around at half-time. Talking to his assistant there, Cockrell, saying, look, you're doing this wrong, we're doing that wrong, we're not picking people up. But having said all that, they're nothing as an attacking force at the moment.
He's one of those managers that's always left with an extremely sore throat after a game, isn't he, Alan Buckley? Never shuts up throughout the game, fiercely passionate. Port Vale's only win of the season so far did come here against Tranmere, and Brian Horton was saying they're a bit unfortunate really to lose to West Brom.
I think they were. If anybody who saw the first goal that Lee Hughes scored, he took it out of the hands of the goalkeeper and just prodded it into an empty net.
Matt Carragher, Grammer lifting one over the top, and Richard Eyre might just get to this, except that Livingston ensured he didn't.
Well, that's where it's won. Despite the 2 goals at the moment, the midfield of Minton and Brammer are doing really, really well at the moment.
Here's the little live wire Naylor. Fantastic finisher, great player to watch. And with due respect to Port Vale and to Crewe, his previous club, it's perhaps surprised that he hasn't played for a bigger club.
Here's the goal just coming up. Look, he just places it into the corner. Livingston can do nothing about that. The goalkeeper expecting a shot to his near post. It goes on the far.
Port Vale ready to put the pressure on again. Marcus Bent, scorer of the first goal, felled by Richard Smith. Dave Brammer sends it in eventually towards Bent, but it's eluded him, towards Gardner rather, it's eluded him, and it'll drop behind for a goal kick, and Grimsby might be rather glad that it did, especially when 6'5" of Anthony Gardner is around.
What is he thinking? Is he thinking, right, push Kingsley right up there? Shall I change it? Shall I hang on to half-time? He doesn't know. All he knows is he don't want to concede any more goals before half-time.
Well, he does have Bradley Allen to call upon. He's on the bench from the Charlton and QPR man from the famous footballing family. Here's Tony Rougier. He's just going to run into trouble in the shape of Groves, but he still managed to poke it through somehow, although the free kick has been given against him.
One of those players, Tony Rougier, where anything can happen, even when he loses possession, with his strength and his power. Sometimes I don't think he knows himself where the ball's going to go, but he always manages to try and get on the end of it.
Well, he was playing for a club called Trinity Prospect in Trinidad and Tobago, and then went to Rafe Rovers, as you do.
He came to Bradford first, Ian, on trial.
Did he?
We couldn't get a work permit. Lenny Lawrence was the manager at the time. He couldn't get a work permit for him.
But he could for Rafe Rovers. Here's Gallimall's cross. Neat work from Anthony Gardner. Groves. Kingsley Black. Spreading it for Gallimall. Ashcroft. Caldecott. Gallimall up to Ashcroft. Dave Smith's cross. And it's going to be a corner. Grimsby would die for a goal here to haul themselves back into this game. Kevin Donovan ready to deliver. Rose at the near post. It'll come back to Donovan to try again. Blocked though by Carragher. Butterfield. That's a decent delivery. Just drifted away from Groves. Nobody coming in. Richard Eyre. No way past Tony Gallimall though. Butterfield. Just 19 years of age. But disappointing that time for Grimsby as it dribbles behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's got his hands full with Tony Rougier, and also making it very difficult for Ashcroft to try and get onto balls because he's up there on his own. They're trying to thread him in the corners, and it's a lot of hard work for one man.
Three of the last 4 league meetings between these teams have ended all square, and at this particular moment in time Grimsby would probably settle for something similar, trailing to goals from Marcus Bent and Tony Naylor. And here go Vale again with Richard Eyre trying to pick out Bent, cut out by Richard Smith. Carragher's header dropped all the way through to Brammer, who now finds Richard Eyre. Brammer, nice idea but couldn't come off. Dave Brammer looks a useful acquisition though from Wrexham.
He does indeed, very, very good. It's been very strong today in his tackling, and also his passing's been exceptional.
Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Carragher will help that back to Musselwhite. Donovan sold Butterfield a little short, especially with Rougier closing in. Talking about Port Vale's league record in recent times not being too great, or is Grimsby's in actual fact. Although they were around the playoff zone at the turn of the year, they've only won 4 of their last 23 league games. Rougier. Minton looking to create another goal. He has done, has he, for Marcus Bent? It was somehow hooked off the line by Richard Smith.
Well, I thought Danny Coney was going to come for this ball. He decided not to once again. Minton just sticking out a foot, trying to get on the end of it. It's on its way to the back of the net. There's Richard Smith, gets it over the bar. What about that pass from Minton? Superb ball in. Does he go for it with his head? Marcus Bent, he tries to stretch him with the foot, and Richard Smith manages to get back.
So it'll be a Port Vale corner, but not just yet. I think they're one of the players might be in need of treatment, but that isn't the case just yet. And the corner can be taken. I think the net has come down, actually. The net in the goal, as Richard Smith tried to clear it away. That's what the problem is. Well, you don't see that very often. Well, there's been a few holes in the Grimsby defence this afternoon. Now there's a few in the net to sort out. I remember a game in the World Cup once when the goalpost broke and they had to bring on a new set. Not quite such a difficult job for the ground staff today.
Get some sticky tape out. Put it all over the goal for the second half so Grimsby can't score.
There you are, in this technological age. You can't beat a bit of sticky tape. He's going to get a bit of stick in a minute, this guy, for taking his time and sorting out this net. I think we're about ready to go. There's a good spot from Mike Dean, the referee from the Wirral. And the net has been repaired. Grimsby will be hoping it's not bulging here. Brammer's corner came in. Danny Coyne should pluck that one out of the other. It's been a really frustrating first half for Grimsby, but an impressive one for Port Vale. Rose's header. Ashcroft. Gallimore. The Grimsby goal now will certainly set us up for an even more enticing second half. Gallimore's cross. Caldecott knocked down. And Groves and Black. Well, Groves' shot might well have been blocked by his own man. Donovan. Butterfield, it's going nowhere though.
Gallimore waiting and waiting because he's frightened to put that ball in the box there because there's nobody in there. By the time it does go in there, there's 4 or 5 Port Vale defenders all ready to get their head on it.
There'll be 4 minutes of added on time in this first half, largely down to the net needing a little bit of sticky tape. Tankard has scuffed that one. And the trouble with the sunshine with those balls is that you can barely see the numbers. I know they had that problem, I think, at Wembley yesterday when they were bringing subs on and nobody knew it was coming off, so you couldn't see.
Don't make any provisions for the sun in this country, do we?
Which is a fair point, I suppose. Kingsley Black. Gallimore now. Trying to step it up a gear for the Mariners. Ashcroft. Kingsley Black just couldn't take it with him. And Gardner casually feeds Brammer, who in turn finds Bent, and there are bodies arriving in the box. He's got the better of Richard Smith, and Rougier flung himself at that. It's going to be a corner because Butterfield got in first.
He's late at making the run, Rougier. He doesn't realise that once the ball comes away from Richard Smith and Marcus Bent, and he's going to knock it into that space. He goes late, and there's Butterfield with a good clearance.
Certainly looks up for it, Tony Rougier. Port Vale reaching the half dozen on corners. And this one will be sent in by the impressive Jeff Minton. Danny Coyne to join on a free from Tranmere in the summer. Says that's mine. He has been beaten twice already today.
He'll be pleased with that. He hasn't collected many balls this afternoon.
Groves. Well, Alan Buckley, not a man to mince his words. I don't think you want to be in the Grimsby dressing room at half-time, although it's actually a porter cabin outside because of the rebuilding that's going on here. They might be able to hear him across the whole of the Potteries.
There's Alan Buckley. He can see the problems now. They're not getting the ball in the box to the people who are in there. They're trying to get down the sides. Lee Ashcroft, he's one striker up the middle, is making runs down the side, so that's not allowing anybody to get in the box. He knows at half-time he's going to have to change the system or change the personnel.
Looks like he's contemplating just that in the closing stages of what has been a disappointing first half for Grimsby, but not so for Port Vale. Dainty flick from Naylor. Grimsby's only win in their last 11 away games actually came here back in March, 1-0. Doesn't look like they're going to repeat that winning feat, unless they can come up with something special in the second half. Minton, Rougier. And a missed kick from Anthony Gardner, who scored at Queen's Park Rangers in the week. It won't surprise you to know that it was a header as he rose above everyone else. Marcus Bent. It's half-time, and it's all going according to plan, and much more really for Port Vale. Marcus Bent fired in their opener on his return to the starting lineup, and then Tony Naylor, the typical Naylor finish, made it 2-0. Jeff Minton, though, played a big part in both goals. How about that? Lifting it over the top for Naylor, who in turn cleverly picked out the incoming Bent, who looked rather pleased with his contribution. Minton again involved, sliding it through to Naylor, and from that moment you knew that Grimsby were in trouble, even though Steve Livingston actually got the last touch on it, turning it into his own net. One thing's for sure, Livingston won't be claiming it, and Naylor will. And at half-time in the Potteries, it's Port Vale 2, Grimsby Town 0.
Premiership double, including Liverpool, Manchester United in a Ford football special next Saturday at 11. The future of televised football, only on Sky Digital.
My tummy went over and I said to my friend, "Who is that boy?" Our first kiss would have been when I was 16.
Well, everybody says that my eyes are the same.
Has to be those eyes.
From the day I signed him, he was an actor.
But if I've got something to communicate to him, I'll send them by email, then have a conversation about it.
How are you, Frank? You all right? Very Londoner and very loud.
He's obviously the hitman, hard man.
He always had this reputation, but as a real-life person, he's an ace bloke.
He can be a little unreliable, but wherever you try and get him on his mobile, he always answers it.
He's actually made a record, did you know that?
He sang lovely.
And it's terrible.
In racing, he's a very good loser.
The door used to come off the hinges when we got beat.
He is competitive at everything, so I wouldn't count an Oscar out.
There's no possible way I can see that.
Wherever we are in the world, we will speak on the telephone at least 8 times a day.
Sound of Ibiza 99 from the best club on the island. Cream, Ibiza, Departures.
Hi.
Ian Wright?
I just ran out of petrol just down the road. I was wondering if I could just use your phone.
Ian Wright.
Can I use it?
Ian Wright.
Nescafe Original.
Who are you making coffee for?
There's no substitute.
Nice one.
Whoever drops in.
Ian Wright.
Oh, see ya.
Ian, right.
Nescafe.
Now don't forget that next Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning, the small matter of Liverpool against Manchester United on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. That's our new interactive channel available on Sky Digital. Not to be missed. We have a double bill for you in the Nationwide First Division this afternoon. Half-time at Vale Park. Port Vale looking very comfortable against Grimsby. 2 up, 9 attempts at goal, all belonging to the home side. 6 on target. I suppose Grimsby have managed a couple of corners. No bookings, which has been a feature of our Nationwide games this season, I'm pleased to say. Action areas, well, Grimsby have had more of the ball, but I suppose that's mostly been when the Grimsby goalkeeper has had the ball in his own hands. Don't forget, later on this afternoon, we've got Bolton against Birmingham for you at the Reebok Stadium. But Nigel, so far, very comfortable for Port Vale.
Very comfortable indeed. I think Paul Musselwhite in the Vale goal was had one thing to do and he sliced it out of play. No saves to make whatsoever. I think Grimsby and Alan Buckley need to change the way they're playing. One up front just hasn't worked for them.
Yeah, Bradley Allen is available. Surely he has to come on at the start of the second half. Right?
Well, Bradley will always get you a goal as well, Marcus. He's very, very good in and around the penalty area. And what's happening, they've got no support up front there, and it's for Ashcroft. And the ball's just bouncing straight back at him again, and Port Vale keep hitting them on the break as well.
Well, let's have a look at the 2 goals. Marcus Bent will thoroughly enjoy looking back at the first. His first for the club. Minton and Naylor both involved in the build-up and both instrumental in most of Port Vale's good moments so far.
Both goals, but Naylor does well there. He doesn't go offside, doesn't blast it across, just passes it across, and Marcus Bent makes a good run from deep. But you see how he holds his run here. He doesn't go offside. He steps back up with the defender and then back in. Good play from Naylor. Doesn't shoot, as Chris Kamara said in commentary, just looks up and passes it across. And Marcus Bent, thank you very much. I've got my first goal for Port Vale.
Great pass as well from Jeff Minton, wasn't it? He's had a very, very good first half. Instrumental in the second goal as well that we'll see in a second, but that's a lovely little ball. Marcus Bent was on the edge of the box when Jeff Minton played that pass, but wasn't hanging about. He got himself in the box to get on the end of it. Here we see Jeff Minton picking the ball up in his own half. Great straight ball, diagonal run. Great finish. just pushes it in the side of the goal.
Now, if we're being very pernickety, we could possibly say that this is a Steve Livingston own goal, couldn't we, Nigel?
Well, Steve actually plays him on side as well, as we see it when he's running from deep. He's actually gone with Naylor and played him on side. And going back there, I thought that was just going to go wide, and Steve's knocked it into his own net. But from this angle, we might make our minds up for us.
You love giving own goals whenever you can, though, don't you?
No, I don't, Marcus. You do. I like giving it to the strikers, and I think Naylor deserved his goal there.
Well, Marcus Bent might have added a second for himself and a third for Port Vale shortly before half-time. Again, Minton involved.
Yep, great pass again. Chris said it on commentary. I thought he might have gone with his head, but it wasn't. He went with his foot and did exceptionally well. Gets up very high. I thought Danny Coyne might have come and got that one, but Richard Smith does very well to get back on the goal.
And Ray, before the game, you said to me, look out for Dave Brammer. And he hasn't disappointed you, has he?
No, I saw Dave play, it was funny, it was on a Sky game one evening for Wrexham, and he had an exceptional game, good pass with the ball, and he's done very well this afternoon. I think him and Minton have been the main reason why they've actually got hold of the game. There's one of his free kicks going in there. It's a great strike and a good save from Danny Coyne. But he's done very well, Dave Brammer. He's a nice user of the ball.
One point I want to bring up, it's a slightly negative point, in that the atmosphere at Vale Park, Nigel, is not good. Attendances have been bad there for the past couple of years. They've never had huge crowds. Must be difficult for Brian Horton to gee up his men before every home match.
Well, they know what they're going to get game in, game out at home. So he just says, well, you know, we're at home, we're expected to win, and we need the crowds to come back. But they're most probably only getting around 5,000 there. They're doing a bit of development work there. But you're so far away. The players from the stands are so far away there. It's a massive pitch. And in the second half, they're going to be very, very tired, especially, you know, on this heat and the way the pitch is. But they do need more supporters there, and I'm sure Brian says, well, hopefully they'll come back with the better results we get.
And Ray, we reckon that if Harry the Haddock and Chris the Carp and the other Grimsby supporters at the ground today are going to have anything to cheer about, then they're going to have to radically alter their game plan in the second half.
I just think Port Vale have been better in every aspect of the game, and I think they, first and foremost, Grimsby have to get amongst Port Vale and earn a right to have a game of football.
They haven't put them under any pressure at all, Marcus.
No. OK, half-time then. Port Vale very much in control. 2-0 they lead in the sunshine at Vale Park. Can we see a dramatic comeback? We'll find out in a couple of minutes.
About to change. JMC are unwrapping the package holiday piece by piece.
Every 5 seconds, someone can splash out after winning £10 or more on National Lottery Instants. Anything can happen in an instant.
Adidas Body Sprays. Fresh energy.
Look, they make olive oil. Take a picture here.
Okay, all right.
Buongiorno.
Oh, hi. How are you? Is this your business?
Yes.
Oh, we have our own business, too.
Yes, we have 3 stores in Ohio.
Ohio. We sell in Ohio. And California, and Canada, and Argentina, and Australia, and Mexico.
They're on the internet. How can they afford it?
Parking tickets, boring dates, endless queues, traffic jams, crowded tube, running late, angry boss, and then nothing. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Reebok DMX technology, performance you can feel. Are you feeling it?
Inadequate car? Common problem. So try the new Nissan Primera.
Let's go. Autumn on Sky One. Come on. The brightest stars share their tricks of the trade.
Tight, bright.
Guiding stars. Summer 99 Uncovered. Love it! They're back in business.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
The new professionals. Back for a brand new series. Dream Team. Come on! Survival of the fittest.
It's about fighting spirit.
Battle Stripes. Coming soon.
I know what she was doing on the floor.
The Villa. Autumn on Sky One.
Live action today on all 5 Sky Sports channels. Over on Sky Sports 1 now, it's round 11 of the Superbikes World Championship. Live action from the Netherlands. Here on Sky Sports 2, Live Football League, Port Vale, Grimsby, 2-0 at half-time to the home side. We've got Bolton against Birmingham to come. And a reminder to Sky Digital viewers, both matches live and interactive on Sky Sports Extra. On Sky Sports 3 now, it's live golf, day 4 of the European Masters. And on Sky Sports News, it's live cricket, Essex and Worcestershire in another National League match. So plenty to choose from on 5 Sky Sports channels. Let's have another look at the 2 Port Vale goals. Some very neat movement from the front players, Nigel.
Yeah, Marcus Bent actually flicked it on in the first place. Minton's pass is good, but look at Naylor holding his run so he doesn't go offside. Cuts it back, and there's Marcus Bent finishing it off. I'm sure Brian Horton's very pleased with that. Here's Minton again. And Naylor makes the run across, as Ray said, diagonal run across the defender. 2-0 up and looking comfortable.
Yeah,
2 good goals.
Terrific understanding. I'm slightly surprised that we saw during the build-up to the game, Ray, all those spectacular efforts from Tony Naylor. When he got in that position for the first goal, I was expecting him to have a go, but he did show great awareness of his colleague.
Well, I think that is his experience as a centre forward as well. It's not only about scoring goals, it's seeing opportunities for others as well. And Marcus won't get an easier goal all season. He's just laid it on a plate for him. But that was good movement as well. As Nigel quite rightly states, he's looking across the line all the time. Wonderful pass from Jeff Minton.
So problems for Alan Buckley. He is now talking to Chris Terry.
Alan, some pretty serious faces coming out of the changing room after the half-time talk. I presume you had some words. Have you made changes?
Of course we've made changes. We've got to get competitive and get bright and show a desire to play football, which is what we normally do. But today it's been a very half-hearted shambles of a performance. Totally unacceptable.
What changes have you made?
Well, Gallymore's come off and Smith will have to slot back to left-back. Black will come wide and we'll get another player, Bradley Allen, up front with Ashcroft. And young Danny's come off, so Caldicott will slot to right back and bring Poughton on in midfield, and hope we can compete with them for a change.
So that's quite an extensive shuffle round you've made.
Well, I mean, after we started all right for 10 minutes, kept the ball all right, never threatened them. But after about a quarter of an hour, you could see we were going to have problems, but you've only got so many substitutions you can make, you know.
OK, Alan, thanks very much indeed. Okay. Back to the studio.
Well, no surprise, really, that Alan Buckley has made a couple of changes. And just to confirm them, off go Gallimore and Butterfield, excuse me, and on come Bradley Allen and Alan Poughton. It's Port Vale who will start the second half, though, in all white, leading by 2-0. Grimsby failing to manage even an attempt on target in the first half. I'll be hoping that changes in the second half, especially with the introduction of Bradley Allen who was a prolific scorer in his QPR days. Lost his way a bit at Charlton, but eager to prove himself at Grimsby. And Alan Poughton is also on. He's on loan from York City, actually, but Alan Buckley will be hoping to seal a permanent deal for him this coming week.
Poughton normally plays wide, Ian, but he's playing centre midfield there today. As he said, he wasn't happy with Caldicott in the middle of the park. He wasn't happy with Butterfield at right back, but he saved Caldicott's blushes by shoving him to right back. And then Bradley Allen's come on up front. And we said before the end of the first half, they do need some opposition for that Vale defence at the back there.
Carragher finding Naylor. Lovely touch again from him. Here's Marcus Bent. No foul from Steve Livingston. Kingsley Black. It's away by Carragher. Bent. Bradley Allen gets his first touch, so two. Chris Bowden, now Kingsley Black. Port Vale finished 21st in the table, just above the drop zone last season. They have the same number of points as Bury, who were relegated, but were 10 goals better off. Of course, it's not goals scored this season in the Nationwide, it is goal difference.
Did a smashing job last year, Brian Horton, to save the situation. John Rudge, everybody was surprised when he did get the sack because he normally gets them out of it. It was a difficult job to take over.
Here's Rougier giving Caldicott an early test in his new right-back role. Here is Stacey Caldicott, though, one of the several former West Bromwich Albion players in the Grimsby camp. In fact, most of them weren't really first choice under Alan Buckley at West Brom, but they have been since he brought them to Grimsby. Donovan. And Bradley Allen manages to latch onto this, and it's going to be a corner.
Lovely little ball into the box there. And there's Bradley Allen. What they haven't had is somebody inside that 6-yard box. There's Bradley for the first time. If that ball comes in, I'm in and around it, causing problems for the Vale defenders.
He's a member of the Allen footballing dynasty, brother of Clive. Several hundred other relatives in the game as well. It'll be Paul Musselwhite, though, from the corner.
That's too easy for the goalkeeper, that. Need some more pressure on him there. Look, Buckley shouting from the sides. Come on, get into the goalkeeper.
It's Port Vale who are going to get into his goalkeeper by the look of it with Richard Eyre. Here's Bent. Livingston blocked the cross. Now Dave Smith has it. Left back, a familiar role for him. He's played that a lot in his time at Grimsby. Kingsley Black. Livingston. Hopefully in the direction of Bradley Allen, but it's met by Gardner. Now by Rougier, who's been tripped by Paul Groves.
He's unlucky, Groves. He just tries to nick it away from Tony Rougier. Then he comes in from the wrong angle, can't get round his feet, and brings him to the ground.
Dave Brammer stands over this free kick.
Go on, Bram, you do it! Go on, Bram! Go on!
Brammer hits it, and it's Naylor! Oh! Just bounced back. I bet it never worked like that on the training ground, but it was nearly a third goal. Grimsby, though, are breaking now. Donovan. And Jeff Minton is back there. Here's Alan Poughton. Rougier is with him, and Grimsby settle for the corner. Can the Mariners claw their way back? Kevin Donovan's corner, but again it's affected by Musselwhite. Marcus Bent's header, not really going anywhere, but he tries to make a second attempt. Bradley Allen, and again. Naylor chasing Brammer's up and under, and he's just going to nip in there, much to the delight of the home fans. Richard Eyre. Here's Brammer. And it ricocheted its way through to Marcus Bent. Naylor turns, twists. Comes to Brammer. Offside flag has gone up now, but Tony Naylor was tormenting them then.
Well, he does get a bit of luck, Tony Naylor, on this from the free kick from Brammer, but there's no luck that he's in that position. But once again, just trying to place it in the corner, away from the goalkeeper. He gets so unlucky this time. There's no Steve Livingston foot to help it in. It hits the post and comes back out.
He was running Grimsby ragged then for a couple of minutes. Gardner electing for safety. Alan Buckley is having one of those days. Livingston. Dave Smith. Richard Smith. No relation. Kingsley Black. Dave Smith, who spent most of his career in the Midlands with Coventry and Birmingham and West Brom. Chest on from Ashcroft, and Bradley Allen could be in here. Oh, and Tankard, and Musselwhite forced to tip it over his own bar to prevent an own goal.
Well, Allen's actually making things happen. Look at him, look at a positive run for goal. Tankard tries to flick it away from him, and Musselwhite's got to be quick across his feet. Look at him running at the defenders for the first time in the game. A Grimsby player running, and Tankard's unfortunate, but it's on its way into the back of the net.
A quick corner collected by Musselwhite. They haven't done much with those corners, that's for sure, Grimsby, but certainly Bradley Allen has livened things up front for them. There was certainly no life up there in the first half.
Great stuff. This little fella's full of twists and turns. Just look at him. Don't expect the unexpected. Don't expect anything from this fella. He's just trying to twist and turn, get an angle for himself.
Fabulous to watch, Tony Naylor. And Grimsby hit back here. Stacey Caldecott standing over the free kick. Brammer, dispossessed and hurt as he was, is Groves. Brammer still down, injured and in some pain. Gardner, I don't think he's noticed, and as he kicked it out, he might just drift out anyway. Brammer can get a little bit of treatment.
The referee missed this for the first time. Groves once again just coming in, catching Brammer. Referee couldn't have been more than 2 yards away. Groves got away with it.
Ray Brammer's up on his feet. Paul Groves, the Grimsby captain, their player of the year last season. His second spell at the club after a very unhappy time with West Brom. Bradley Allen. Richard Smith. Caldecott. Donovan out wide. He elects to go through the middle to Ashcroft. Gardner mops up. Grimsby actually only scored 40 league goals last season, and only Bury, who were relegated, scored fewer in the first division. It's something they desperately need to improve upon. Remember, they are without Jack Lester today. He's suspended after being sent off against Fulham. And Darryl Clare, the Irish youngster, could have come in. He's away on international duty with the Republic of Ireland's under-21 squad. And Buckley down to the bare bones. Richard Eyre is going to get to it, and his cross has drifted behind, and it'll be a goal kick.
Disappointing, because it's a good ball from Bent out to Richard Eyre, and he just bends it slightly out of play. It's coming back in all the time, and Bent getting on the end of his own pass that he put in from the halfway line there.
Big kick from Danny Coyne, but it doesn't cause too much problems for Anthony Gardner, although Grimsby will get a throw.
Well, at least they're a threat now. You can see Allen up on the shoulders of those two centre-backs all the time, giving them a problem.
He gets a little touch there to give it back to Donovan, and again. Allen moving into the box. Ashcroft's header. And it's collected by Paul Musselwhite, but this is much better from Grimsby.
Good skill from Donovan in the first place. Turns him inside and out, then dinks a little ball into the backs. Ashcroft can't get any power behind the header, and it just bounces down in front of the goalkeeper, who takes it well. There's the header, down. That little bounce in front could have caused Musselwhite problems, but he held it well.
Butler's header. Marcus Bent's going to get away here. And that's going to be a goal kick. I mentioned earlier that Grimsby had a problem scoring goals last season. So did Port Vale, just 22 here at home, less than any other First Division side. Only Wrexham scored less at home in the whole of the Nationwide League, in fact. Port Vale well ahead as far as attempts at goal are concerned, but at least Grimsby have managed to notch one up, which is quite an achievement after their desperate first half showing.
Well, Alan Buckley looks still not happy with his team, but at least they've had an opportunity, as you said, Ian.
Bradley Allen putting himself about. There may be a few more to come. Rose's header. There is Bradley Allen. Ashcroft. He's going to have a run. And he's picked out Kevin Donovan here. And this is promising for Grimsby. Caldicott on the overlap. And it was good tracking back in the end from Rougier. Corner though. He made a steaming run then, Stacey Caldicott. Their corners so far haven't proved too effective. Kevin Donovan hoping that's about to change. And they'll get another chance to whip it back in, perhaps. Well, lovely little back heel. And Carragher making sure his body got in the way somehow to foil Donovan. Grimsby relegated a couple of seasons ago. Came straight back though. Alan Buckley has a habit of winning promotion with them. Caldicott's cross and Allen's header, and that's the goal that Grimsby needed. And it's come from Bradley Allen, who has made such a difference after coming on as a second half sub. A typical Allen family finish.
It certainly is great play from Grimsby. This is what they're all about. Put the ball into the box from Caldicott. Superb. There's a man standing in space. No Port Vale defenders around him. It's Bradley Allen. Just that half a yard of space. That's all he needs. He had acres of it there, and he wasn't going to miss that one. Coming great ball into the box. Look at that. What a ball. Into the box. Top right-hand corner. Musselwhite, no chance.
He opens his account for Grimsby after being released by Charlton in the summer. He did actually score a goal in the Nationwide League last season, not for Charlton though, but for Colchester on loan. Bradley Allen doing exactly what Alan Buckley was banking on.
Well, the link-up play was excellent there. Ashcroft has come alive in this second half, but down that right-hand side where they were so poor in the first half, Grimsby, they look stronger now.
Donovan to Poughton. Well, Alan Buckley toyed with the idea of starting with Bradley Allen, but because he hardly played at all last season, he thought he'd leave him on the bench. But he wishes he did start with him now.
He looks a little bit happier now. He knows there's still a long, long way to go in this game.
Tankard now. All of a sudden, it's not quite so comfortable for Port Vale. Here is Allen. A nudge from Butler gives Grimsby a free kick. Bradley Allen breathing life into Grimsby's challenge in this match and breathing life into his career too, as he tries to put it back on track. Here's Ashcroft. He turns, he shoots, and actually cannoned off Butler. Poughton's header. Black's header. Grimsby now are brimming with confidence. Lee Ashcroft. Paul Groves. Poughton. Dave Smith. Taking on Minton. The former Tottenham and Brighton man gets the better of it, although the relief for Port Vale is temporary because here's Alan Poughton. Done well to get his cross in. Was met though by Butler, now Brammer. Bent. Chase on here with Steve Livingston, and no foul given as Bent charged into Livingston, and the header from Rougier collected by the keeper.
Strength and pace from Ben. Look at him, one-on-one, look at the shoulder to shoulder with Livingston. Livingston goes down. He's looking now for runs in the box. Where's Rougier? Makes his effort, better this time, attacks the ball. Goalkeeper Danny Coyne does well down to his right.
Here's Donovan trying to weave his way through for Grimsby. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Livingston. Dave Smith. Slipping it through here to Lee Ashcroft, who didn't get the sort of connection on it that he would have wished.
Dave Smith just plays it into the path. This is similar of Tony Naylor's in the first half, but what he does, Lee Ashcroft, he tries to take the ball too early. He's not really set for it, leaning back, and just drops it into the hands of Musselwhite.
Helped on by Marcus Bent, but it will bounce through to Danny Coyne.
And the back door's open. There will be chances for Port Vale, but what Grimsby have done, they've got themselves into the game now. They're passing the ball around like the Grimsby team we know can do well, but they've also got some thrust up the front.
Yes, it's looking more like an Alan Buckley side now than it did in the first half. He loves to play his football. Groves on the ground, but still managing to set up Ashcroft. It's not clear yet, and Groves. Grimsby putting on the pressure. Poughton. There's a white wall there at the moment, but you wouldn't rule out an equaliser if they can keep this up. Although here goes Jeff Minton. Trying to slip it through to Marcus Bent. He was determined not to give up too easily. Here's Lee Ashcroft. Dave Smith is about to have Tony Naylor on him, but he soon spins away. Butler's header. Rose made sure he was going to win that. And Grimsby, as the possession shows, having the better of the second half. Caldicott and Rougier, and a right old tussle, and the free kick has gone in favour of the Trinidad and Tobago international against Stacey Caldicott.
Look at the power of this lad. Rougier gets thrown. He throws Caldicott to the ground, but he's not bothered about that. He gets up and he's fighting and battling. Eventually the linesman has seen that it's a ball to Grimsby.
It's all change around. Everyone had set themselves up for a Port Vale free kick. It's just a throw that's been given. Here's Donovan. Livingston. Dave Smith. Here's Kingsley Black. Grimsby really sensing now that they could get something out of this game. Ashcroft. Bradley Allen. He's back to goal, but not for long, and he nearly got it through then to Ashcroft, cut out by Carragher.
And as influential as the Port Vale midfield two were in the first half, Minton and Brammer, they've gone quiet now. Poughton and Groves are the ones who are on top.
Ryan Horton, much more concerned than he was in the first half.
He'll be disappointed. He knows he needs a third goal to finish this game off. If he doesn't get the third one, Grimsby could sneak it.
We'll be calling for some more chewing gum soon if it carries on like this. Grimsby very much back in the game. And here's Kingsley Black. Brammer though steps in and feeds Richard Eyre. Fair challenge from Kingsley Black. Although I don't think the Port Vale fans would have been in agreement. Butler. Tony Butler, former Gillingham and Blackpool man. Port Vale, of course, and Grimsby have to look all over the shop for bargains here and there. No big spending for these two teams, but they are hoping to hold their own in the First Division. Just staying up is the first priority, but I'm sure the two managers in charge would like to do a little bit more than that, make an impact of some sort. Carragher would eventually take this throw. Naylor to Marcus Bent, drilled across. Plenty of power on it. Minton just coming in. And a chance here as Grimsby break with Poughton. Bradley Allen in the middle. Others arriving too. I think it was wasted really. The offside flag's gone up against Marcus Bent.
Lovely little bit of football once again. Look at the cleverness of Naylor, straight into the path of Bent, and what a ball that is. Minton gets himself into the box too early.
Stacey Caldicott. Bradley Allen. Donovan. Caldicott making a good run, but Rougier, as usual, going with him. Just Tankard. Port Vale's throw. Alan Tankard started his career on the south coast with Southampton.
We saw that skill again from Naylor. Got to get the ball to his feet to get Port Vale playing again. I'm sure that's what Brian Horton's shouting from the touchline. Get the ball to that lad Naylor. He'll make things happen for us.
20 minutes remaining. I'm sure there might be a few tired limbs out there soon in the very hot conditions. Dave Smith. Ashcroft lost it somewhat. Musselwhite almost lost it as well.
Well, Paul Musselwhite, his feet haven't been perfect today. 2 or 3 times the ball's come back to him. He's just got to deal with this. Look, get it away from your feet. He can't. He lets it bounce off his feet. He has to dig it out.
Livingston. Caldicott. Donovan helped it on to Bradley Allen, who nudged it back in his direction, and Donovan in turn was nudged out of the way, and it will be a free kick and a first card perhaps of the game coming up here.
Yes, he's in there, Donovan. If he isn't pulled back, he's in. Just watch that nice little bit of skill. There's Alan Tankard, just pulled him back, otherwise he's in. Jeff Minton may have got a cross, but Tankard didn't know that.
So it's a yellow card for Alan Tankard, and it's a free kick for Grimsby. And Musselwhite came and didn't get too near it. Houghton here has a chance to deliver again. It really sat up nicely for him, but it was cleared by Anthony Gardner. Not too much respite for Port Vale here, though. Dave Smith giving Bradley Allen something to chase. It's launched into touch by Matt Carragher. Confirmation of the first yellow card of the game going to Alan Tankard. The ball has gone into the part of the ground here that hasn't quite been redeveloped yet, hence there'll be a little delay as the ball boy makes his way around. Dave Smith. Kingsley Black. He's got his cross in, but straight into the midriff of Musselwhite that time. Port Vale have got a big game here against Fulham next Saturday. Bit of a difference in the money those two teams have spent. Grimsby are home to Walsall, Alan Buckley's former club. He managed and played there.
Just sensing the longer the game goes on that Grimsby have really taken command of this game now. They're finding their passes so easily. In the first half they were finding passes but they were going nowhere. Now it's penetrative passes.
Butler calmly back to Musselwhite despite the presence of Bradley Allen. So he got his kicking right that time. Marcus Bent trying to flick it on.
A dilemma, Steve Livingston. Did he go back to his goalkeeper or just put it out of play? Chose the second option.
He actually had a loan spell at Port Vale a few seasons back, Steve Livingston, when he was with Chelsea. Carragher. Bent. Here's Brammer.
Disappointed Dave Brammer gave the ball away once in the first half. In this half, he's given away on too many occasions.
Marcus Bent chasing this. He's not allowed to whip his centre in. Only Naylor is in the box though. Houghton. Allen. Kingsley Black. Helped on by Poughton. Oh, and Ashcroft could be in here. Across the face of goal from Lee Ashcroft.
Gets a bit of luck, Alan Poughton. The ball's not cleared by Tony Butler, but Ashcroft, that's a difficult angle to try and put it in the back of the net, especially with his left foot. Predominantly a right-sided player. Tries to get it on the target. It's just drifting wide all the time once it leaves his feet.
Well, Port Vale are going to make a change with the Dutchman Mark Snijders coming on in place of Tony Butler. That'll be a straight swap.
It might have been a bit hard on Tony Butler there when he missed that ball, saying he should have cleared it away. Maybe the injury caused that problem.
Snijders formerly with AZ Alkmaar in his homeland. Richard Eyre. Did well. Tankard now. Bent. Brammer in waiting. So to Carragher. Bent. Patient approach this from Port Vale.
It's not bad, Crocs. At least they're keeping the ball in the Grimsby half for the first time in this half.
Tony Naylor to Richard Eyre. He was looking for Rougier, but it was never going to reach him. Grimsby got a free kick out of that. Don't forget, later on Sky Sports 2, it's the second of our First Division games today, and a really appetising clash between Bolton and Birmingham. Also, of course, on Sky Sports Extra for Sky Digital viewers. Interactive coverage, your chance to call up highlights, watch replays, check out the stats, and even watch the game from behind the goal. And it should be some game. Port Vale are going to throw on their player coach shortly, Martin Foyle. Here's Brammer. Carragher. And Richard Eyre saw his route down the flanks blocked by Dave Smith. Brian Horton playing ball boy.
And the Foyle does come on. I suppose he'll go up the front, and Marcus Bent will probably go wide on the right, and I'm sure it's Richard Eyre will be the man who will be sacrificed.
Tony Naylor, the scorer, a Port Vale second goal. Just listen to the reception for him, and no wonder.
That's a surprise. Maybe he thinks Bent's playing well enough. I don't upset the rest of the formation. Bring Tony Naylor off. He's done his business for us today. Let Boyley go in there and get amongst that Grimsby defence, because at the moment we're not getting anything. It's just coming straight back at us.
Groves. Here's Snijders. Away by Dave Smith, and Richard Eyre lets it drop. Bent. Back to Carragher. Martin Foyle about to get his first touch. And Richard Eyre couldn't really do much with that. He has, however, managed to kick it out of the ground, which is some achievement. It's going to be an anxious finish for Brian Horton.
It is indeed. Look, he's shouting at his players. He'll have sent his player coach on there, give him instructions, make sure now we pick this tempo. We've been sloppy, we've been slow in the second half. We're still good enough to be in front. Only just.
Tony Naylor just announced as the sponsors man of the match here. But he's had a few of them in his time for Port Vale. Tankard. Here's Dave Smith. Offside against Lee Ashcroft.
Alan Buckley needs to urge his side now. Not so long to go, just needs to get that play going again. Port Vale have got themselves back into this game now. The game's got a little bit bitty, whereas Grimsby have really tired down.
We're inside the last 10 minutes. Richard Eyre, Carragher. Charged down by Bent. A little outside of play.
And that's all they need to do in this last 10 minutes, keep that ball in the Grimsby half.
Dave Smith's throw. Carragher. Bent actually kept it in, but dropped for Steve Livingston. Minton will be first to that. Rougier. Minton trying to get back in and involved in a serious wrestling match with Donovan. And it's turned a little nasty between the two of them, and the referee, I think, realised it was about to and was very quickly in to separate them.
Kevin Donovan doesn't do a lot wrong. All he does is get the other side of Minton, and Minton's not happy with it. Look, he's pulling and tugging, he's holding on to him, pushing away. Donovan just gives him a little push back, and Minton throws him to the ground.
And the two of them will be summoned to have a little conversation with Mike Dean.
That's all it does, that's all it needs is a little chat. Hey, come on, it's not been a game like that today. Pack it in and just get on with the football.
Donovan has finally caught up with the conversation. They're best of friends all along, really. There's danger here for Grimsby, though, as Brammer prepares to whip this free kick in. It's going to go far too high, though, so there wasn't any danger after all.
It's amazing it, Dave Brammer. Couldn't hit a bad pass in the first half, maybe it won. In the second half, he's failed to find the target on too many occasions. Look at Brian Orton, look, what are you doing? That's shocking at this stage of the game. Get it into the box.
There speaks a man who stood on a few touchdowns shouting, "What are you doing?" Kingsley back. I know Brian Horton's very proud of the fact that he's never been relegated as a player or a manager. It looked a bit ominous for him for a time last season. He turned it round. Marcus Bent chasing this. And he could just be in, except that Caldicott got back to cover.
Terrific pace. Look, Richard Smith's the favourite, but not anymore. Pace and nicks the ball through his legs. Covering defender Stacey Caldicott gets it out.
Port Vale just ahead on corners and just ahead on goals. Dave Brammer with a short one to Martin Foyle. Not sure that's quite what Brammer intended. Bent sent it back in. Brammer on the volley, not really testing Danny Coyne. Grimsby got their act together in the second half. Can they salvage something here? On the ground that normally has been pretty good to them. Caldicott. Donovan. Always lost out to Tony Rougier. Jeff Minton. Another perfect pass from him, releases Marcus Bent. Foyle is the only man in the middle at the moment. Bent might just go for goal himself here. Oh, he pokes it through expertly to Foyle! And that's clinched it for Port Vale. And it's the veteran, the player coach, who's poached with considerable assistance from Marcus Bent.
That is a superb goal, and it's finished the game. Look at Bent, oh, pace and trickery, the ball through the legs. Martin Foyle, that old timer, the old stager, the old veteran, he's there once again, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Bent's run across the face of the goal, plays it into his feet. Foyle underneath the goalkeeper, Danny Coyne, and into the back of the net. Doesn't he do well there, Bent? Takes it very, very early. Martin Foyle has to, and puts it underneath Coyne.
Bradley Allen, meantime, right up the other end, almost with a glimpse of goal for Grimsby. Let's have another look at this.
Well, Bradley Allen, you just thought, as it bounces for him, he might just knock it over the top of Musselwhite, but he can only hammer it straight into his hands.
The 149th league goal of Martin Foyle's career has surely sealed 3 precious points for Port Vale. Foyle has now scored 102 goals for Vale. He's second highest scorer in the club's history, but he's still got a fair way to go to catch the 164 that Wilf Kirkham managed in the 1920s and 30s.
What a goal scorer he's been, Foyle. Scores lots of goals with his head. He's not the tallest of players, but to the game, to Oxford, to all the clubs he's played for, he's given them absolutely everything.
Houghton now looking to hit back for Grimsby, but he's wellied that one horribly wide.
Poughton's done all right since he's come on as a sub, but he'll be disappointed with that. Doesn't really catch it at all. Well, it's Marcus Bent who's man of the match, there's no doubt about that. Tony Naylor ran him really, really close, but that last little run there that set up the goal for Martin Foyle just clinches it.
Yes, he's been outstanding. Naylor will be content with the sponsors' man of the match award. Port Vale were going to make a change, but they've decided Simon Barker's still getting ready, in fact, so they can't bring him on yet. Houghton, Bradley Allen, Donovan up towards Ashcroft, and Anthony Gardner keeping a check on that one. And the points are in the bag for Vale now, barring a miraculous recovery from Grimsby Town. And Martin Foyle doing what he does best. Tremendous servant to the club down the years. Port Vale are ready to make their substitution now, and another old hand coming on in Simon Barker, and it's Richard Eyre who makes way for him.
It's nice to see Simon Barker back playing. He's been a good pro, still got plenty to offer as well.
And most of his career with Queen's Park Rangers, was at Blackburn before that. Must have been at QPR for about a decade, in fact. Dave Smith. Richard Smith. There'll be 4 minutes of added on time.
It's 4 minutes. Look, Brian Orton, I think he's got it sorted now. Foyle will play up there on his own. Bent will drift wide to the right-hand side where he created the last goal from, and it'll be more or less a 4-5-1, which is the way Grimsby started the game.
Bent's flick on. Danny Coyne. Took his time coming out, but got there in the end. Port Vale are going to leap up several places in the table with this victory, certainly above Grimsby.
The result was only in the balance for a little time, wasn't it? half an hour of this second half, Grimsby decided to take over a little bit. Port Vale had the whole of the first half. In this last 10-15 minutes, Grimsby just lost their way a little bit. Port Vale finished them off.
Force him back, Martin! Force him back, Martin! Force him back! Runners! Runners!
Bradley Allen looking to latch onto this. Snyder's making sure that he didn't, and it's just going to roll for the throw. Trying a trick or two, but it didn't work out for the Newcastle reject. Signed on loan from Hull, from York rather, and making a permanent move from there this week.
I thought it was only fans that had to shout reject.
They failed to make it there. Here's Minton. Tankard. Simon Barker will calm things down for Vale as they see this one out.
Marcus is on! Marcus is on! Marcus is on! Do it, do it, do it, do it!
Every pass being applauded. Bit of a hospital one for Carragher then.
As you can see, they're just running out time, Vale are now. And Grimsby don't have the impetus. The heat's taken its toll now.
Aaron Buckley not a man to make excuses, but his squad fairly decimated for this game. The lively Jack Lester suspended. Others either injured or away on international duty. Bradley Allen now. They're not giving up just yet. Caldicott's cross. He's our man of the match though. Back sorting things out at the other end.
Yeah, that's what she said. He's just dropped into that right-sided position and he's there on the cover, leaving Foyle up on his own. And they don't need any more goals, they've got enough.
Kingsley Black's throw. And he gets it back from Groves. Houghton. Caldicott. Cut out by Barker, but only temporarily. Bradley Allen half-heartedly claiming a corner, but he won't get it. His goal gave Grimsby considerable hope before Port Vale gained control again.
Did indeed. It was a great finish from the striker who knows where the goals are.
The Saturday's attendance, 3,737, 3737. Thank you for your support.
So it's just a question of Port Vale seeing out the final few seconds here. In fact, there are no more seconds to see out. And an impressive victory for Brian Horton's Vale on a frustrating day for Alan Buckley and for Grimsby Town. All the points will be precious for Port Vale this season as they look to stay amongst the many big boys in the First Division. Brian Horton's team coasted in the first half. Jeff Minton lifted it over the top. Tony Naylor looked up and picked out Marcus Bent, who scored his first goal for Vale, much to his considerable delight. Minton also had a hand in the second. Tony Naylor's goal-bound effort diverted in by Steve Livingston. Wonderful header here, though, from Bradley Allen, who came on as a second-half sub. But he nearly gave Grimsby false hope for Vale. With a wonderful third goal, created by Marcus Spent and put away by the master poacher, Martin Foyle. Marcus Spent with a man-of-the-match performance. It finishes in the Potteries. Port Vale 3, Grimsby Town 1.